Where I went to minister in Lagos, the setting is Deeperlife. We're praying, and it was an outpouring. And Deeperlife used to pray in tongues, but they don't pray in tongues into the microphone. I saw a man, and they gave him honorarium of 10k, and the 10k was in a used envelope. I saw the envelope. They used biro to clean what they had put on it, and now they wrote Apostle Arome Osayi. Every time you try to adopt a unique instruction that was not directly given to you, what you reap is the wind. Are you with me? Vanity is what a man reaps when he's trying to obey a particular instruction of his spirit that was not said to him. The law, what it says to one, it says to all. It's not applicable in things like this. Are you with me? Remember that in the area of consecration, there are general consecrations, but there are also unique consecrations. Do you watch films? Okay, I watch too when I still have the time. Some people don't like. Where I went to minister in Lagos, the setting is Deeperlife. I know Deeperlife will just like me these days. I don't know. Very soon now I'm going to be giving membership, and it's a good thing. You know, if you are like us and Deeperlife now starts inviting you, God has helped you. So we're praying, and it was an outpouring. And Deeperlife used to pray in tongues, but they don't pray in tongues into the microphone. So that I can be saying, oh, can we ask him? Pour upon us. The way I used to talk. Pour upon us, pour upon us. And normally, if I say pour upon us 3 times, next is a line in tongues. We now remember that. I'm not coming again. Ha! Jesus! If you listen to someone, you see that I did that. Jesus is not just calling his names like, guy, these people are hindering me. And then you continue again. Oh, I did that thing last year during the Fresh Fire Crusade, Unilag, Deeperlife. I will have, it's like, oh, you are suffering me. So, but thank God I didn't break their rule. So this year, when I now got the letter again that we have Fresh Fire Conference again, and we have decided that we want to, this I passed the test. And God helped me, because I was not available when they fixed me. They now said, when are you available? I said, not until after 1 month. And they moved the whole meeting. It means God has been gracious. It's not me, can't be me. Because they are great guys too, can't be me. So what I'm trying to say is, they have reasons why they do those things, and those things help them to keep the sanctity of their services. If they change without an instruction, it will impact negatively upon the sanctity of the service. Meanwhile, if you now start talk tomorrow, I don't know what revelations they had, and you now say, you now pray in tongues to microphone. After you finish praying, there will be dozens that will have gone to bed, because you are trying to copy without an instruction. Are you getting me? I think I was closing with a story. How did I get to the instruction? Tithes. So the Lord now said, go your tithes 30%. And I said, why? The meaning of tithe is 10%. Abi? A tenth is what tithe means. So what do we call it when it's 30%? He said, pay your tithe 10%, but I'm saying add 2 other tithes to it, or 2 other tenths to it, and give me 30%. I said, why? He simply answered me. He said, because a famine is coming. And I left it that way. So I was on YouTube, and I stumbled on a Jewish rabbi who was now teaching on how to understand seasons by instructions. And he now said that Jewish businessmen know that once there's a demand to multiply your tithes, it means that you already have an allocation of plenty in the midst of a famine, but God wants you to connect with that allocation. That's what Jews believe. Are you with me? It means even in the arena of tithes, if you study the context into which it was first spoken, they have many rules, but it will not work until it tells you. And it's not telling anybody now. Are you with me? It's not telling anybody now. I'm just explaining to you. So no matter how much and you know, for somebody at my level, I don't even know my level, if they give you 1,000 naira, 300 naira is not bad. Abi, they give you 10,000, 3,000, 100,000, 30k. By the time it gets to 100,000, 30k, somebody will say, 1,300,000, 3 million, 900,000. So, and that's how people break away from their consecration. Because when they said they were going to give him 3 million, I calculated I'll do something with 2.5 million. So he can decide, for this 3 million, because money is much, I will do 10%. How does he journey that way? So how I want to close. Somebody say counsel. There's a spirit that will not talk to him when he's 30,000, which is 9,000, right? The spirit will wait till it's 3 million. Because he knows that God has started communicating plenty to him. That day he will go on YouTube and he will stumble on a clickbait titled "Tithing is a sin." It's intentional. You will not say, hey, what's on now? I've been saying that. How can God collect 900k out of 3 million? God is not that wicked. Say you don't, tithing is not, they don't even tithe money like he has here. They don't even tithe money. Immediately he misses out on that one. One of the things he might find out is that he now goes from 3 million, he goes back to 30k, because that's his level. At 30k he can maintain consecration. Or maybe we who go on itinerant ministry. So somebody invites you to a meeting, he tells you, you'll be coming. So you spend maybe like 20k going, and he says, I'll pay your transport. You know, there's that news in this thing. If we sit down and pick into this thing, I don't even want to. The people shouting at the people have built systems to make sure that nobody ill treats them. It's us they should come and talk to. I can boldly say that our spiritual family is one of the most hit by this wickedness that people do in hosting ministers. We don't choose hotels. We don't choose vehicles. They've told me to fly before, that when I land, they'll give me my money. And I flew. I booked my ticket to and fro. They didn't discuss the money. They said they will lodge me in a hotel. They put me inside camp. I didn't have life for 2 days. They now carried me back to the airport. It's me that paid. And they gave me 1 5 alive, 1 bottle of water, 1 biscuit, crackers. This is even dry biscuit. 1 crackers, and maybe 1 donut or something. And I felt, Lord, I've labored, you bless me. But if I collect this thing now, this guy will now say, bless me. I will not bless him. And I called him and said, come. Don't you think that this 5 alive, you will need it? He said, thank you, sir. So he collected it. He still needed the 5 alive. He has generations. Profane. House of Ado. I traveled for 13 hours to minister. 13 hours to minister. 2 meetings. First one I finished in the evening. They had finished the meeting when I entered Bielsa. So I now told them, I said, please, give me 35 minutes. Entered that meeting 35 minutes. God taught through that meeting. I was on jeans and t-shirt. I ministered for Charles. I said, was in Bielsa that time. Charles will still have that message. It was recorded on a phone, but it will still stir you. Maybe I asked him for it. 35 minutes. It took them almost another 3-4 hours to go home. People were littered on the ground. Maybe it was the sacrifice that produced it. So I now went to the second place. I preached in the morning. So they locked me in the night. I preached in the morning. I finished preaching around 12:15. And by the time we were snapping pictures, it was 1 o'clock. They had gone to check me out of the hotel. At 1 o'clock, to start coming back to Bomosho, another 13 hours. They knew how long ago. My co-speaker, they flew him and 2 PAs from Lagos. They now gave me honorarium 7,950 naira. I cannot forget the amount. Because that was my money for coming and for going, and honorarium was still inside. I'm saying that money could not have taken me one way. You can't do this work if you have not lifted up your hands to God. One Naifes Lautech, former president, now saw how they treated me. He now began, who was a copper at that time, he now began to cry. You don't value this man, and he will not talk. That's what he kept saying. And he will not talk, and he will not talk. If somebody wants to be wicked to you face to face, you will not talk again. He now went to borrow their school bus, and the plan was to drive me to Ugeli. By the time we got to Mbiama, that's the junction that connects Bielsa to the Port Harcourt road. That was about 3 o'clock. And I came down. We now saw a bus that said was going to Ore. That bus had a passenger in almost every village. So you know how long it would take. All these women will struggle, climb out, and we got to Ore around 10:30 in the night. And I heard him tell the penultimate, the second to the last passenger, come down, I'm going to Shogbo. I said, you are going to Shogbo? Let's go together. So we got to Osogbo at midnight. I got the hotel for 6,000 naira. The tithe I took out of that money was out of my personal money. I paid it because the rice and chicken that I ate was 1-2. I had to eat rice and chicken to indulge myself. To labor and to eat out of the fruit of your labor. The Bible says a blessing from God. Let me not be accursed on this journey. That was a Saturday. So I took a car. Ogbomoso to Osogbo was not too expensive that time. Got home on Wednesday. The president now called me. Sir, you got your home? I said, even you knows that it will take 4 days. The way you knew that I was going to be entering car and drop your entry, that it will take 4 days. On the Thursday morning, he called me. He said, Jesus said you should submit to me. Huh? I looked up. I said, God, you serve. We have suffered. Maybe because I said not to. God, I've not heard from him since then. But honestly, I don't know how I've raised that guy. He made me feel small. You know when you are small and they now make you feel small. But I will not build a structure that immunes me for that thing. It's a consecration. I will not build a structure. So what I will do is, the Lord wants us to come for a meeting. What plans do you have? Sir, we cannot accommodate you. Okay, accommodation. We cannot feed you. It's a 3-day program. Okay, feeding. We don't have money to transport you. Okay. I will now go to Jesus. As one of your signs that you are sending me, provide for me. Every time I ask that question, the supplies came in US dollars. Every time. If he doesn't provide, it means he doesn't want me to go. I will not hitchhike to a meeting. No, that's not the will. Are you with me? The temptation is to begin to make choices, to create a Google sheet and write range honorarium 400k to 4 million. If it doesn't fall there, you're out. Because I saw a man who flew from Gombe to Abuja, his own money, and flew from Abuja to Lagos, his own money, and fueled the whole vehicle and came to the express to minister in the church, and went back the same way to Gombe, and they gave him honorarium of 10k, and the 10k was in a used envelope. I saw the envelope. They used biro to clean what they had put on it, and now they wrote Apostle Arome Osayi, and he did not complain. And I've seen what Jesus has done to reward him. There are realms that only consecrated men will come to. So if there is a knock in your heart now, as you labor in doctrine in this school, if there is a knock in your heart to compromise, know that what that spirit wants to do is to reduce your press in revelation. And if revelation is reduced in dimension, reality will also be reduced in dimension. It means that spirit wants to steal potency from you. So what you do is to fight. That's why I went on this route. There are secrets that make men revelatory. There are men who come into conferences of 15 ministers, and when that man ministers, every other person becomes a scavenger. All of their notes crash because one man preached. Because the depths that he took from, people cannot go that deep. And if they don't go that deep, it will look like they came to play. So they can say, oh, bless God for his servant, he has preached everything that, so let me just bless you. That's the word. Let me just bless you all. Let's just gist together. I've had things like that. Let's just gist together. You know, that's God has sent us his word. That's the word for this meeting. What the person is saying is, we can't go that deep. It's a realm of restricted access. So that you can go home. Moses said, I set before you today life and death, a blessing and a cursing. You know what a blessing is? It's access to profit. A curse is restrictions from profiting. But he said, choose life that not only you, but you and your children may live. I want you to say to the Lord this evening, I choose consecration.